Dr. Gavin Gordon. What we're going to discuss today is basically what things cause your core to activate and how to actually get your core to turn on or get those muscles to fire. Now, some of you would have done those tests that I posted in my previous video. Basically, there were 3 really simple tests that you can do to test if your core muscles are actually firing. If you did it, great, hopefully you passed it. If not, well, that's probably why you're watching this video, because you're wondering why my core muscles are not actually activating. Now, if I can give you a bit of history into core muscles and where all this research came from. In 1990, mainly in Australia, they did some research into low back pain. And basically what they found is patients with low back pain, their core muscles activated later than people without low back pain. In other words, if you bend or move or lift your leg, your core muscles should fire off and should fire straight away, basically. They found that people with low back pain, that firing of those core muscles, transverse abdominis mainly, but also multifidus, was delayed. Basically what they did is they extrapolated that out to meaning you need to strengthen your core. The research showed that it was a prominent activation, not necessarily actually raw strength, but basically things like Pilates and a lot of this core strengthening exercises and people trying to push core exercise, basically extrapolated that out, meaning if you strengthen your core, you're less likely to have low back pain. But my opinion is they missed the whole point of the study, was that it was actual activation, not core strength. Because if your core muscles are not activated in the first place, strengthening it's not going to help with anything, not going to help prevent your low back pain. So then we got to think about what actually activates your core. Well, your core is like any other group of muscles. You need to basically send a message from your brain through your spinal cord. Basically, if I have to move my finger right now, message went from my brain, from here, out through here, in between these basically holes in your spine, your foramen, and bam, move my finger. Now, the same thing happens with your core muscles over here. These muscles need to fire if the right signal gets to the muscle and a signal goes back from the muscle up to your brain. So it's kind of like a loop. If that loop's properly working, your core muscles will activate. If it's not, they're not going to activate at the right time. They're not going to activate as fast as it should. Now, things that cause a delay in basically signal or firing of your nervous system is a possible misalignment in your spine. If your spine's out of alignment, we know it blocks the nerve transmission around your body. So it blocks the afferent and the efferent, so the signal's going to the muscle and back from the muscle. Some research done fairly recently out of New Zealand showed that one adjustment of the spine improved the strength of a muscle equivalent to training that muscle for 3 weeks in the gym. So in other words, someone got an adjustment and that improved their strength equivalent to 3 weeks training in the gym. Now that's crazy. You just go to get an adjustment and you basically saved yourself 3 weeks of training. But basically what that indicated was the importance of making sure the nerve signal is firing to the muscles. So my opinion is, if your core muscles are not actually activating, it's probably a nervous system problem, because your nerves are what tells those muscles to turn on. It's not a matter of just going and trying to strengthen it more. It's not a strength issue, it's more an activation, it's more a signal issue being a problem going to those core muscles. So if your core muscles are not actually activating properly, you need to be checked to see if your spine is in correct alignment and if there is some nerve interference. If there is, then great. The thousands of patients I've seen basically see this every day. Once we get the spine working properly in the right alignment, those signals fire off and the core muscles work. I have lots of referrals from personal trainers, Pilates teachers, yoga teachers, who send patients in saying, look, their core muscles are not activating, can you please get those core muscles working? So, like I said, that's probably the main reason why your core muscles are not working, is basically there's some sort of misalignment in your spine. Now, you won't know until you get checked. So find yourself a really good chiropractor, or you're welcome to come in to see me. Basically, you can tell pretty quickly if your spine's in alignment. If it's not, like I said, it can be causing problems in this nervous system. It can be cause problems in the firing of those nerves to and from the muscles. Any questions, please drop me an email or contact me at the clinic. I'm happy to answer any questions.